Even without a declaration from the governor, 2014 was certainly the year of the Charles W. Morgan for me. What began in the fall of 2008 as a small documentary project covering the restoration of the Charles W. Morgan ended in the summer of 2014 with the spectacular 38th voyage of the historic wooden whale ship. What started very quietly in 2008 really came to a head in 2014 as I documented the ship's final restoration, the rigging, the transit to New London, the historic departure from Mystic, and then the sea trials in early June with the ship getting underway under sail for the first time in nearly 100 years, the travel to Newport to Martha's Vineyard, and from Martha's Vineyard the historic homecoming to the place of her building in New Bedford, Massachusetts. There are thousands, tens of thousands of photographs of this entire restoration, distilling to a few, a dozen, less than a dozen, is difficult, but if I just pick from this year alone, it makes it a little easier. It's rare for a newspaper photographer to get to spend 6 years on any project. Sometimes we're lucky to spend 6 hours on a project or 6 days. So 6 years is, I think, something really special. And yet, despite all that, 2014 was not only the year of the Charles W. Morgan. There was no shortage of stories to cover in 2014. Everything from the child of a military family struggling with a long-term illness, to my usual beat at the Coast Guard Academy, and everything else around the communities of southeastern Connecticut. And of course it was a big election year, and we got to see a lot of interesting politics here in southeastern Connecticut and around the state. I enjoyed this year a great deal. The Charles W. Morgan was certainly a great big highlight, but everything else I did, like everything else I do in this career as a visual journalist, is a highlight when I get to see things and do things and meet people. I'm thankful for what I do and looking forward to another year of doing it all over again. Thank you and Happy New Year.